Hi everybody, it's your girl Chocolate Beauty and I'm coming to you with another video. If this is your first time visiting my page, my YouTube channel, or my Instagram, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about a doc series that I watch on TLC. It's called My 600 Pound Life. Now you will find me talking about this show because it's like one of my favorite shows. It airs on Wednesday nights, I believe at 9 o'clock on TLC. But I actually don't watch it on the night it airs. I usually watch it on demand on the weekends. And being as though I'm in college, the majority of the time that I use during the week is to write papers and take exams. So I normally catch it on the weekends. But I actually was 2 weeks behind with these past two episodes. And as you can see in the title, this video is about Kelly Mason, who came on about 2 weeks ago. And I finally watched it probably Friday night. And the story just really touched me because it really goes and shows you the struggle that people go through with food addiction. And people think that food addiction isn't real and you can't compare it to having a drug habit, or if you have some type of addiction. They will never put food along with that category of addiction, but it's very much real. But what touched me about this story is that this woman, when she first came to the screen, and she was walking from her downstairs apartment to walk up the steps, and you seen how much she struggled to get up the steps. And said, "Oh my God!" Like I had a bad feeling from there. I was just like, "This is I don't know. Like I don't know how this episode is going to go, but I have a really bad feeling." Mind you, I don't stay on social media. I don't go into my 600 Pound Life page on Facebook or any of their social media. So I didn't see that this girl, Kelly Mason, actually, died during this episode. So anyway, she was trying to walk up the steps and she couldn't get up the steps. And it was just like, wow, like, she just really struggled. She was struggling so bad. She got to her car, it wouldn't start. And she just sat there for a long period of time. But the way that she was just out of breath, it was just like, wow, like she really has a problem. So she actually decides to go to Houston to see Dr. Nizardin, who the show calls Dr. Now on TLC. I like Dr. Now because he is a very straightforward, tell it how it is type of doctor. He's going to help you, even though most doctors don't perform surgeries on people that's over 400 pounds. I think that the majority of beds in hospitals is usually about 400, maybe 450 pounds. And usually with every weight loss, any weight loss type of thing that you have to do, a weight loss surgery, you have to actually lose weight before, they actually give you the surgery. That's everywhere. Usually they tell you, if you're over 400 pounds, we can't perform surgery on you. So anyway, Dr. Now is somebody who performs surgery on high-risk patients. So she goes to Dr. Now's office and she weighed like 720, maybe 25 pounds or 728 or something like that. Something just so crazy. And it was just like you could tell that she was at the end of her rope. And she actually got through her appointment, spoke to Dr. Nizardin, and went back to walk to the car, and she had shortness of breath. But even when she was talking to Dr. Now, you could see he was naming all these things that she had. She had diabetes, high blood pressure, along with congestive heart failure. Because, she had got so big that her heart couldn't pump the blood through her entire body because of it being so big. I work in cardiology, so when you learn that the bigger you are, the harder your heart has to work to pump it works hard to pump blood to your limbs and to your upper body and your lower body. And the force has to be great, even if somebody who is not, big, the heart works very hard to sustain you. And she worked her heart a little too much by the time she decided to get help. So she goes out to the car, or she goes out to a taxi, and he said, listen, you have to get to the hospital immediately. And when she goes to the hospital, when she gets to the taxi, she actually falls into the taxi and could not move. She got stuck in between the seats. And it was just like so scary to watch, because it was just like, wow, I remember being close to 300 pounds. And it was so hard on my limbs. And I started to develop breathing problems because of it. And because I started to develop these breathing problems, it was hard for me to lay down on my back for like long periods of time. So I was just like thinking about sometimes how hard it was hard for me to breathe at just almost 300 pounds, just a little under 300 pounds. And I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, she weighs 700 and over 700 pounds, and she's laid down. She could suffocate to death. She could die. Her heart is working overdrive. I was like so scared watching this episode. And it took the fire department to get her out, and she just struggled really bad. And it was like so bad to the point where Dr. Naro admitted her to the hospital and kept her there for like a few months. And then he sent her into a nursing home to control her diet. And at first she struggled. But what makes the whole situation sad about the Kelly Mason story is that unlike some of the people that you have come across on My 600 Pound Life that don't want to give up food, they don't want to save themselves, they don't want to do anything, they just make up every excuse on why they can't lose weight. She actually worked very hard on her diet. She struggled to move around a lot, but she actually went past her feelings and worked really hard to lose weight. And she lost over 300 pounds. She lost I think close to 350. And it was just like, wow, she is really trying. She didn't give her any excuse. She just did the work. She didn't complain. And, when she was talking on the episode, she was like, I want to change my life, and I want to do more with myself. And I just want to, I want to live. So she lost the weight, and then she was going to go back to school. So she started, she did the admission. She called the admissions office, and she was going to go finish college because she only had to take 2 classes in order